speak from Senator Kennedy on the Republican side, Senator Coons on the Democratic side, as well as Senator Feinstein and yourself. What's that? Senator Hirono, I'm sorry. She was earlier on the list after Coons and before Senator Feinstein. Senator Kennedy?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I talked to Senator Warren on the Senate floor at length about Ms. Rollins, and she asked me to go back and meaning Senator Warren, and take a close look at Ms. Rollins' record and background, and I have. Based on what I've seen, I think it is clear that there was a list, and is a list, that Ms. Rollins created that indicates a preference against prosecuting people for certain crimes. I understand that it's not a hard and fast rule, it's a rebuttable presumption. And if the good people of Suffolk agree with that under our system of federalism, that's their business. When we're dealing with federal law, though, of course, it becomes our business. And I know that we normally, at least I normally, almost always defer to my colleagues on U.S. attorney picks. On this one, I can't, and I wanted to explain why. This is America. You're entitled to believe what you want. I believe in free will and responsibility, and I think it's a founding principle in our society. You know, on my bad days, I agree with Sartre when he said men are free and human life begins on the far side of despair. Today, he would say women and men, people. That doesn't mean that there aren't mitigating factors for people's behavior. And people are complex. There are a multitude of reasons for our behavior. But ultimately, no matter how we're feeling or what's going on in our lives, we're responsible for our actions. We have to be. Society can't function without that guiding principle. And I sense from reading about Ms. Rollins that I think she would disagree with me. And I do think our system is set up to take into consideration mitigating factors, but not in terms of whether you've committed the crime. The mitigating factors come into play in terms of punishment. And I think that honestly, Ms. Rollins does disagree with me, and I respect that. But what I think doesn't matter, and what she thinks doesn't matter, what matters is federal law. And I think federal law is very clear. You can't have any kind of list or preference for not prosecuting a crime that Congress has delineated a crime. And I just wanted to make that clear about why I'm going to vote no. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thanks, Senator Kennedy. So next, Senator Coons, Hirono, Feinstein, Leahy.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As someone who was responsible for the second largest law enforcement agency in my state as